Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. If you're a regular on the channel, you know I'm a big Castlevania fan, right? I absolutely love Castlevania games, especially like the ones with a map, the ones that have kind of become the Metroidvanias. You know, Symphony of the Night, Area of Sorrow, Circle of the Moon, Dawn of Sorrow. You know what? Castlevania is just one of my favorite games. So, well, what's happened recently? So recently, there has been a new translation for the Sega Saturn version, which many consider the ultimate version. Now, I'm yet to play it kind of fully, but what I've played so far while filming for this video is super impressive. So what I've done over here is I've filmed this on my MiSTer. The big screen, the main screen that you're seeing, is using a single stick of SD RAM, and I thought I'd try it on my dual RAM MiSTer setup as well. You know, well, because I've got both, so why not? So the smaller window, I just used a little bit just to test it to see if there was any differences, and honestly I couldn't tell any. Like, both of them play the game perfectly fine, and I guess this could be considered the best way of playing the game, bar maybe original hardware. But if you don't have original hardware, the MiSTer might be your best option now. The Sega Saturn version with this translation, and we'll go through all the fixes, like the changes. I'm going to go through like pretty much all the notes. When you do download the patch files for this game, before you patch your game, there is a PDF in there going through everything. And guys, a lot has gone in here. This is a game that's loved by many, and you can see that the work that's gone in here, guys, it's just nothing short of amazing. You know, this is what happens when people that are so passionate and absolutely love a game, the lengths they kind of go to make this super. So this runs amazingly well on the MiSTer. Now, I haven't completed it. This is a long game. It's unlikely that I'm going to complete this on the MiSTer. In fact, after doing this video, the thing I'm most excited about is actually putting this on my Steam Deck and having a portable version that I can take out with me. On the day of shooting this video, I'm going to night shift later, and there is a tube strike. Now, a tube strike, my journey to work is about 35 to 40 minutes door to door when the tube is running. When the tube's not running and I have to get a number of buses to get to work, it's going to take me 2 hours. And you know what? I can't take my MiSTer with me, right? So I'm going to play this on the Steam Deck. But this video is about Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Kind of two reasons. One, we've got the ultimate version of the game. B, how well does it run on a MiSTer? Well, you can see it for yourself. It is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, I'm not running any visual filters or anything because they just don't come out good on YouTube. So to talk a little bit about this, so the release is called Dracula X Nocturne in the Moonlight Sega Saturn Ultimate Version 1.0. So there may be updates to this. Likely there will be. Any bug or any issues that's found is likely to get resolved in the future. But from what I played, it feels fantastic. And one of the biggest things in here, but I'll probably go through it when I go through the notes, but it's nice to be able to skip stuff. I mean, if you've played Symphony of the Night many times, like many people have, including myself, you know, as much as we like that monologue Dracula gives at the beginning, awesome, the conversation him and Richard have, it's nice to skip it. Death robs you like so many times. I mean, I've actually filed a crime incident report with my local police station because I feel I've been robbed so many times by death. But yeah, you can skip that stuff now. So if you just want to get through it without having to watch that part, you can do it, which honestly, it doesn't sound like a big thing, but it really is. But anyway, let's go through some of the release notes now. So basic changes of this version of the game: fully translation into English, restoration of transparency of many objects, direct access to the global map, finalization of the global map, restoration of the original proportions of some sprites, removing horizontal black bars off the screen. Okay, so that's awesome to get rid of those bars and use all the real estate we have, right? Skipping videos and dialogues, that's what I mentioned. So yeah, it's in the notes, and that's a big one, guys. And then we've got access to Richard's alternate costume, reduced loading times, and this actually supports the 4MB expansion card. So hey man, 4MB of extra memory, just a boost Symphony of the Night for us. And then we've got bug fixes as well as hard mode. Like, this is quite a difficult game. In fact, I always recommend to many people that when you're playing this, there's a patch for the PlayStation version called I think Kind and Fear, or Fear and Kind, and it just kind of balances the game, and it makes it better for someone that's looking to get into Castlevania or Metroidvania games, or Castlevania Metroidvania games. Yeah, so I still recommend that. And one thing I had to do here as well is I'm so used to playing it on a PlayStation style controller, playing it on a Saturn just feels wrong. It feels wrong to me. I can't get on with it. So I have kind of used a PlayStation style controller, and I've configured the controls accordingly. So just kind of going over some of the notes again now, just to continue with that. So fully translation into English. From now on, all text and speech of characters and dialogues are translated into English. So this is a port from the PSP version of the game. And then restoration of translucency of the object, full translucency of the background of the dialogue box for sprites and tiles, translucency of background of windows with names of locations. The palette of sprites in the background may be a little distorted, translucency of window backgrounds with the name of the resulting artifacts. The sprite palette in the background may be distorted. Now there's a whole lot more here about all the translucency effects. I'm not going to go through all of it. Definitely check out the release notes, and this is really important here. So direct access to the global map. Access the global map is performed by pressing up and start button combination, bypassing the pause menu for all playable characters. When playing as Alucard, calling the global map from the pause menu no longer works. Okay, so that's just a quick way of doing it, because playing it on the PlayStation, we press select to get the map. I don't know this game well enough to know you had to go into the menu to do the map. I've only ever kind of tested this when doing MiSTer videos and testing out the core, but that's awesome to know, because you're always looking at the map, right? I'm always looking at the map. What you don't want to do is you have to keep pausing, and then you have to go into a menu to go to map, up and start. Yep, that's absolutely awesome. It's the little things like this that's just making this so awesome. I mean, what a time we live in, right? We grew up playing a whole load of games, and I'm not just talking about Symphony of the Night here. I'm talking about gaming in general. People are making ROM hacks. People are improving the games we grew up playing. And guys, we're living in awesome times. You know, we've got this version of Symphony of the Night, and it gives me a reason to play it again. But let's go back to the notes. So finalization of the global map. So gray highlighting of loading rooms of locations on the global map, and then Gorard shading was applied to the global map to increase color depth. When playing as Alucard, the map will display information about the orientation of the castle, a normal castle or an inverted castle. And then we've got a whole thing on restoration of the original proportions of the sprites. The proportions of Alucard's HUD have been restored. Restoration of proportions of explosions and smoke sprites. Guys, there's a whole list here. Like I said, definitely go through the PDF, because it's worth looking at what the changes are, especially if you know the game well, and you can have or use the new features to for all the benefits that they provide. And then we've got removing horizontal black bars off the screen, and that's something that I kind of always preferred on, like the I think it was I played it on maybe the PS Vita, maybe even the PSP. I know I bought it. You have to unlock it. I can't remember which one it was now. It was one of the PSP ones you have to unlock. Was it Rondo of Blood, the remake? And then you get Symphony of the Night, and it didn't have like the black bars, which was nice because you're wasting some real estate, but you want to preserve the aspect ratio, and this game does that. Okay, so that's removing of the black bars, and okay, skipping of video dialogues, again absolutely awesome. Press start to get rid of that, and it just kind of goes through all the stuff it kind of mentions at the beginning. Access to Richard's alternate costume, reduced loading times, support for 4MB cart, bug fixes, more bug fixes, and absolutely awesome. And then when you download the patch, definitely have a look. Like I said, I keep saying have a look, because it gives you instructions of how to patch it if you're unfamiliar with patching games. Guys, I can't praise this enough. It's fantastic. It's a good reason to revisit an old game and actually play it, because guys, it's seriously, this is seriously good stuff. Can't say it enough. Like, I've always considered the PlayStation version to be the best, and I can't judge this as being the best yet, but I am going to play it. I do like everything I've tried of it so far. Kind of like what you see in this video is what you get. But gameplay isn't up to scratch. Yeah, I'm always out of practice on this, and yeah, this game just feels good, guys. So I can't really say much else. Just enjoy it. Check this out. Wherever you're gonna play it. If you want to play it on the MiSTer, in my experience, everything I've done, it plays amazingly well, guys. Like, it plays super duper well. So Go enjoy it on your MiSTer. It doesn't matter. Single stick of RAM, dual stick of RAM. Like the big screen, most of this video is on single stick. The only dual RAM footage was that small little window near the beginning of the video. It is awesome. Play it on emulation. Saturn emulation is kind of okay. I did try this on emulation first on one of my Windows devices, and I'm going to be playing it on the Steam Deck because that's more convenient for me in the lifestyle that I lead. But you know, if you've got plenty of time in front of the TV and that's how you do most of your gaming, play this on the MiSTer. The MiSTer FPGA, the DE10 Nano project, guys, it's just amazing. We haven't received a Saturn update until the last one was on like the 30th of November, or November sometime. Hopefully SRG 320 is doing good, and hopefully we will receive another update. But this game, just as far as I can tell, it plays flawlessly. It feels good. It feels like Symphony of the Night. And yeah, guys, it's amazing. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the intro that's at the beginning of this video. I'm kind of making some new ones since I've done the new logo, but that's really it for this video, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then you know what, a thumbs up and a subscription is always appreciated. A big shout to everyone involved in bringing this project to life. There'll be details of where you can get this patch and any information that's useful and relevant in the description of the video. So that's really it, guys. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. I'll see you guys around. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.